Hi, I'm James. I'm a first-year undergraduate studying occupational therapy at Bournemouth University, and I've been afforded the wonderful opportunity to come to Sri Ramachandra University as an exchange student for 4 weeks.
Hello, I'm Gabriela Marasheen and I'm from Bournemouth University. I'm currently studying occupational therapy and in my second year. We have come to Sri Ramachandra as an exchange program to gain further cultural experience and clinical exposure.
Within Sri Ramachandra, the Occupational Therapy Department has multiple units. There's the Developmental Therapy Unit, there's the Hand Splinting Room, which is part of the Hand Unit, there's the Sensory Integration Room, and then there's the SRRC, the Sri Ramachandra Rehabilitation Centre. And today I'm in the Splinting Room, which is part of the Hand Unit, and as you can see behind me, there are various splints, and many of the students actually design these. Our splints are custom made, and they are tailored and they are bespoke for a rehabilitative process and to have that biomechanical approach to aid recovery and treatment towards our patients. And I really feel that this is a marvellous area because it's dynamic. We're creating individual splints, as I say, they're very bespoke. Patients can even choose different fabrics, and it gives the students and the interns a chance to be very pioneering and forthright and creative in coming up with their own inventions that can be progressive and developmental for our patients.
We are in the Child Developmental Therapy Unit, where pediatric intervention takes place. They primarily focus on developmental and learning difficulties. For example, ADHD and autism. Treatment follows two different approaches. One being sensory integration that incorporates multisensory activities, and the second is social participation for school-aged children to develop social skills. For each of these approaches, they are themed weekly group therapy sessions. For example, Rainy Day, where all activities are focused on the exact theme.
In terms of clinical exposure, students at Sri Ramachandra are on a rotational basis of daily postings, and it covers a broad variety of illnesses and disabilities. And throughout these postings, there's a rehabilitative approach with that regular contact with the patients. Bournemouth University, however, they have an end-of-year placement which ranges from 6 to 12 weeks, and it has an in-depth focus on a particular disability or illness in a hospital or community setting. Because Sri Ramachandra has a general hospital and a medical centre, it enables that regular contact and enabling the daily postings. And it has a very hands-on approach. So for example, in the first year, students have an observation, can complete their observations. During the second year, they do the assessment stage, and during the third year, they do the intervention planning stage. Within Bournemouth University, we do have assessments and intervention planning with patients, but that's more on a theoretical basis. Sri Ramachandra has a very standalone facility for splinting, and that's the hand therapy unit, which has a very bespoke approach for patients, creating custom-made splints. We're also in the final stages of having a multi-sensory integration room, which is going to have a special emphasis on auditory and visual stimulation. In terms of the final year assessment at Sri Ramachandra, students, both undergraduate and postgraduate, complete a dissertation, and this is a research project which comes under the umbrella of the 5 specialisms within Sri Ramachandra: paediatrics, oncology, psychiatry, neurology, and then hand and musculoskeletal and hand rehabilitation. They would choose one of the specialisms and then take an in-depth approach and complete that research project. And then upon completion, all projects are published in scientific journals. The final year assessment at Bournemouth University, however, is an innovation-style project where members of the public and specialist physicians and allied health professionals will come and visit students' exhibition of innovative ideas. So that could be a concept, an idea, or a product that's going to enhance and better the lives of people living with disability.
Sri Ramachandra has got a great anti-ragging policy which ensures that all of their peers and students on campus are respected at all times. Sri Ramachandra is also quite different to Bournemouth University because they have a private and public hospital on their campus that allows the students to practice in real-life settings. They also have an extensive library with online journals and online resources, as well as printed books and quiet space for study.
Well, in terms of accommodation, I've been staying in the men's hostel. Accommodation is segregated by sex, so you have the women's and the men's. Within the men's hostel, we each have our, there are bedrooms, some are en suite, air conditioning, and some bedrooms are shared. We have what's called the gentleman's mess, and that's an area where it's men only for dining, breakfast, lunch and dinner, and it provides very affordable meals that are really quite delicious. The grounds really are sprawling. It reminds me, I once visited Harvard, where you have everything. You have lots of canteens, restaurants, there's a biodiversity park, there's lots of wildlife. You have somewhere for your laundry where you can have your clothes cleaned and pressed. There's multiple gyms, there's lots of sports facilities, and then sports facilities for the arts, so you can practice dance and various leisure activities. Through staying on the accommodation, I've been afforded that student life experience, and that really has been wonderful to fit in as a fellow student in SRIHER. So for example, I've had day trips, I've been invited to people's homes, I've been out and I've played sports, basketball, I've went running with the students, we've been able to study together. So you really couldn't ask for anything whilst you're on campus. Everything's taken care of, and that's been a wonderful experience in terms of the accommodation.
This was a once-in-a-lifetime experience, and we are immensely grateful for this opportunity. We have seen ourselves grow as people and as therapists. We have gained invaluable experiences and exposure to various different units and roles of occupational therapy. Along with clinical exposure, we have also been exposed to the Indian culture. We have visited various different temples and historical sites to deepen our cultural knowledge. All the students and members of the public have been so welcoming and respectful. Sri Ramachandra's hospitality has been outstanding. Thank you to Sri Ramachandra for this incredible experience.
Thank you. It's been the experience of a lifetime, both for personal and professional development, enabling us to flourish as occupational therapists. It's been a truly immersive experience through the clinical postings, living on campus and having the student interaction that I feel it's been a defining chapter for us, and it's something we're going to look back on fondly for the years to follow. India truly captured our heart and soul, and we've loved every moment. It's a special thanks to Sri Ramachandra for meeting and working with so many wonderful people. Thank you.